Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and thanks for pressing play. I honestly wasn't planning on doing another video, but we were just so beat when we got to the bash. We just with the kids stuff, and I had to work Thursday, and we drove all night Thursday to get up there on Friday morning. And once I got there, just seeing all these Corvettes, it was definitely put a smile on my face. As you can see here, this is just one row of people who came. There was about 3 of these in another parking lot. It was just awesome. There was tons of people. Everybody was really nice. The staff at the Corvette Museum were just outstanding. And also GM, they were just fabulous, just answering questions. And the seminars that were there were just very informative. So hope you enjoy it. Hopefully I can give you some information and help with maybe some decisions on your purchasing in the future. So as you can see here, this is inside the Corvette Museum, and they were doing a pretty good bit of deliveries while we were there, which was pretty awesome to have during the bash, having Corvette deliveries. And here's a red mist, and this color actually really pops outside. The pictures do not do it justice, unfortunately. And here's another one, and I really like this color. I'm not typically a fan of red. I know iconic Corvettes are red, but I just, it's just not my favorite color palette, but I was really impressed with this color. Here's another one, a white and black stripe with the Stingray R package. And this looked really cool as well. And I got some others here. Let's see. There's a silver. And also here's, of course, the yellow with another Stingray R package. And here's some more cars from the parking lot that I was able to find. The C8 R was really cool to be able to see. And I really love that gray color. Just looks awesome. Also found just some cool cars here. Just being able to see all the different variety of cars, and just pretty awesome. And the Rapid Blue was really cool to see, and I haven't seen that car really outside in person to be able to see that. And I really like that color as well. And just some older Vettes, which was pretty sweet to see. I think this was a 70s model. Not too sure on that, but I love that blue as well. I think you can tell I like the blues. But C7 here, which is also, I love C7s as well. And a hypersonic gray, which I haven't seen this color in person as either. And the pictures and videos really don't do a lot of these colors justice. You really have to see them in person. That was the other reason I wanted to go to the bash, was to be able to see some of these other colors that I haven't seen. And this hypersonic gray really, it's probably one of my favorite colors. I'm kind of torn. I'm not sure which way to go. Either get hypersonic gray or go with the Elkhart Lake Blue. That's kind of what I'm narrowing down to, because I love blue. That's my favorite color, but I really like the Laguna Blue from the C7 series, which I think they only did about 3 years of that color. And it's really, to me, in between the Elkhart Lake Blue and the Rapid Blue. The Laguna is kind of in between those two. It's just, so Elkhart Lake's a little too dark for me, but I like it. And then seeing the hypersonic gray in person, I was just like, wow. So that's kind of what I narrowed down the Z06 to color-wise. Not sure yet. Still got some debating to do on that. And yeah, so let's get to the actual Z06 now. So here we go. It's the first time I've seen the Z06 in person, and let me tell you, wow, it is extremely wide. A lot wider than the Stingray, you can definitely tell, especially with the Z07 package. This thing absolutely means business. I'm so happy I got to sit in it. They were revving them about every 30 minutes or so, and I did get a clip of that I'll show at the end. but this car just feels good when you sit in it. The whole display just wraps around you. For those who have a Stingray, you know what I'm talking about. But it was nice to be able to sit in the car and just be part of this. And I mean, the front of this is just amazing. The canards they're actually extremely wide, a lot wider than what I thought. Because I would like to get either the Z07 package or the appearance package for the Aero, and getting a good idea of how wide this car is. It was pretty sweet. Definitely going to have to be careful with that front splitter if you do not have the lift package. It is pretty low to the ground, so that might be something I'm seriously considering looking into now, is that lift accessory. Also, they had the 70th anniversary model there, which was pretty cool to see. And the interior of the seats, I don't know if you can really see on this picture, but it was a two-tone seat with the white and black, and this one had the red seatbelt covers, which was pretty cool. Next, let's see, they did have some wheel options there, but they didn't have, the thing that kind of bummed me, I really wanted to see the satin graphite wheel. That was to kind of see what that looked like, but they did not have the wheel display, unfortunately. I did ask about that, and they said no. So they did go over the wheels during one of the lectures, and they talked about the different types of wheels that are available, but I really wanted to see the satin graphite. I think it's SOC is the code for that. So if anybody has any input on that, of what if they've seen it before, or is it glossy or metallic, kind of how the finish is, I'd really appreciate it, because that's the wheel I'm thinking about getting, especially if I get the hypersonic gray. I think that wheel would go really well with it, but it's kind of hard without seeing it. So now let's talk tires. Oh my goodness, these tires are huge. I mean, unbelievably huge. And you can see here with my hand next to it, and it's just from the cutout car, I didn't really realize how wide these are. I mean, I know they're 345s, and you say that, but when you see this in person, these are massive. And the first thing that comes to my mind is, yeah, you got a lot of grip, but how much are these going to cost? Especially if you get the Z07 package with the Cup 2Rs. I mean, these tires are practically designed for this car. In one of the lectures, it was really cool to learn that GM contacted Michelin, and actually Michelin worked with GM during the development of this car to make these tires specifically for the Corvette and the Z07. So these are, pretty much these tires are made around the car, or for the car. So it'd be great to have these tires on the car for tracking and stuff. But when I asked the guy, the Michelin, specialist at the tents about, what's the tread life on these, I mean, during track use, and he pretty much said they wanted them to last a tank of gas. And I guess that's not too much from what I would expect. I mean, these tires are going to be super expensive. He wouldn't give me a price yet. I asked if they had an idea of the price point, and nothing yet. So what I'm thinking is probably I may end up getting the standard Z06 with the Aero package and getting the summer tires, and then later down the road buying the Cup 2Rs once they are available. Because I just can't see driving these tires, which are going to be so expensive, off the lot. And especially if you hit rain, there is not much grip on these tires. There's not much of a rain channel for you. So you're going to have to be replacing these tires fairly soon. And then you got to think about availability. How quick are they going to be producing these? This tire is only going to be produced for the Corvette. So there's not many other manufacturers that I know of that are going to produce this size tire, which I'm sure we could probably find something, but that's just my idea. I just wouldn't want to get a Z07 with this, Cup 2R tire and then have to replace them fairly shortly. That'd be pretty pricey. So thought process, what are y'all's thoughts on that? Anybody else thinking kind of the same, idea, who want a Z07 package but don't want to really invest in the Cup 2Rs, especially for street use? And so I think the best of both worlds, for me at least, would be getting the Aero package and then opting for the Cup 2Rs down the road once they become more readily available. Also, seeing this engine in person was just pretty sweet. You can see they had the cutout there, the cutout engine, and that was pretty awesome to be able to see the dual intakes. And I'm not much of an engineering person on engines, but it looks pretty sweet. And also, when I was in the car, I was able to get a picture kind of looking back and just being able to see the top of the engine there. Pretty awesome with the engine in the rear, just totally visible even from inside the car. And here's another picture from the back of the car with the target top in the trunk. And I believe, yeah, that's with the carbon fiber cover. I'm probably not going to get that. I like seeing the actual top of the engine without it. It looks more raw to me. I don't know. Some people love the cover. That's the cool thing with GM. They're giving us a lot of different options and, different things, different ways to personalize the car, which is, of course at a price, but pretty amazing to have some options. And also, we were able to find some of the rockets on the engine. My wife actually found this one, which was pretty cool. This is from the Cutaway car, and we were able to find these, and there's little rockets all over the engine. And talking to the one of the GM guys, I think he said there was around 50 or so of these, and some of them are used mainly for directional, so they know which way's the front of the engine, where, like an arrow, instead of using arrows, they use the point of the rocket. And this was the engine initially coded was named the Gemini Project, I found out, which was pretty fitting, pretty cool to have that name, and then putting the rockets on there. Just little things that GM and these engineers thought of just to make it unique, because this engine's not going to be shared with other cars. It's specifically for the Z06. So getting near the end here, here's another picture of me and the wife in the silver Z06, and just I love this car. I just can't wait to get it. I'm so stoked. Hopefully I'll get a first year near the end of the first year. I'm not sure yet. Just depends on the allocations with Matt Mulkin, and hopefully that will be very, very soon, but we'll find out. And they did do a drawing, which was pretty awesome. It was like $20 to do a drawing for a convertible C8 that they had there, and it was an unlimited amount of drawings that you could have, and it was pretty cool to see. Harlan was the guy who got to pick the name, and unfortunately it wasn't me. I did put one in there for $20, but I didn't win. I was hoping so. You never know. So, but there was like so many people, so many in there. And the cool thing is, while we were there, they got the guy on the phone, and he was, I think, from Reno, but he won, and he was all, just totally surprised over the phone, and be able to see the enjoyment, and everybody was clapping for him. It was pretty cool. Would have been awesome if somebody won who was actually at the bash. That would have been super awesome. But anyway, that didn't happen. So for those who are wanting the stealth interior, you can see where the speaker is here, and also on the rear speaker along the waterfall on the back, that is going to be blacked out. Now on the visualizer, it actually shows it completely blacked out, but in reality it's more of like a brushed metal. So as you can see here, this is actually stealth. It is not the chrome that is normally, so it's not as shiny, but it's also not completely black. That was something I was kind of surprised by. It looks good in person, but For those who are thinking that it's going to be completely blacked out, it is not. Also, the code on this, just so y'all know, is BAZ, like B as in boy, BAZ, B-A-Z. And that is the code that they go by. So if you're interested in the stealth, that's what it is. And even that front chrome piece is more of like a brushed metal. So it's not as bright. I've heard a lot of people complain about the reflections from the chrome, but it's not as bright on there, but it is also not like black. I definitely want to get the stealth. Not sure on the carbon fiber package. Now here you can see the yellow stitching, which is pretty sweet. The stitching was actually great. The standard stitch is going to be white, is what I was told. Now I was planning on getting like a two-toned interior, but to get the color stitching, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe they said it had to be a 3LZ for that, which is kind of bummed because the 3LZ for me has the suede, and I'm not a big suede person. It's just more maintenance, and so I'll probably not be getting the colored stitching either. I'll probably stitch with the white stitching. Anyway, so hope that was helpful. That was, like I said, kind of a surprise to me. The Stingray burger was phenomenal. If you haven't eaten at the Stingray Grill at the Corvette Museum, make sure you go there. I was super impressed by the food. Just the burger itself was one of the best burgers I've had in a long time. And I love hamburgers. Just love hamburgers. So if you haven't tried it, try it. Now, so finally, we're going to get into some revs here. I know, thanks for hanging in with me, and hope you enjoyed the video and could experience some of the bash. And again, sorry I didn't do more of a video type analyzing everything, but like I said earlier, I was just so exhausted, and I got lucky to get these pictures. So, and this video of the Rev, which I will tell you, I was very blessed to get this because every time we would go over there to look at the Z06s. They had just finished the revs, and I was like, oh man. So me and my wife, we were just sitting there on the lawn just waiting, and one of the GM guys was like, you waiting for the revs again? And I was like, yeah, I keep missing them. And we were talking for a little while, and he said, hey, hold on just a second. So he got the guy to crank it up for me and to give me some revs, and which was pretty sweet. I mean, he didn't have to do that. So really, again, all the people from GM were just amazing. And for my first bash, it was a great experience. I plan to definitely go again, and hopefully next time with a car, but we'll see. All right, enjoy. Talk to you later.